What's up, witches? I'm Luna, the Zen Witch. Welcome to my channel. It's fall is happening. It's so exciting. I love it so much, and I wake up in the morning. My eyes are crunchy, and my throat is because we've got goldenrod blooming all along the woods. It's glorious, and yeah, it affects me seriously. But today is Tuesday, which means another unboxing. Today we are looking at the Deviant Moon Tarot. This was a deck that I coveted quite some time, but I always kind of thought, I'm not sure I'd like that. You know, it was like it had moon in it, so I'm going, hey, that's for me. But not sure because it's just such a strange, the artistic style is unique. Not like anything else, which is, yeah, the definition of unique. And okay, my Virgo brain is making me bitch about this. When people say very unique or something's more unique than something else, unique is an absolute. It means there's only one. So you can't have kind of only one. There's either only one or not. Anyway, the style is unique. But then I bought the Pride Tarot back in June, and it's a compilation deck. So a lot of artists contributing, and I think it was the Two of Swords was from the Deviant Moon deck, and it was just such a brilliant reimagining of that card that I went, you know what, I'm down with this deck. So I finally have it. Yay. Let's take a look here. We've got this. Okay, Deviant Moon Tarot sets imaginative characters and evocative tarot imagery against moonlit backdrops. The stunning, surreal artwork illuminates the darker side of the psyche and reveals the depths of human consciousness. This is by Patrick Valenza, and it is available through U.S. Games. The copyright is 2008 and 2018, so this is a reissue. So it seems like it's a popular deck. The standard little white book. And then we have, I know it's one of those mornings where the sun is coming in, so I've got the grid of the screen on things. All right. Deviant Moon Tarot book available now. So it has a bigger book. The full-color illustrated companion book takes you behind the scenes of Deviant Moon, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read that whole thing because that's about the book. Let's read about the artist. Born and raised on Long Island, New York, Patrick Valenza began training himself as an artist during his childhood. His art developed as a way to explore his experiences and share his stories with others through pictures rather than words. Patrick also discovered the tarot at an early age. Intrigued with the medieval characters portrayed on the cards, he studied them intently for years. Most of Patrick's creative influences come from non-traditional sources. The imagery for Deviant Moon Tarot is derived from childhood visions seen through his imagination and carried into adulthood, particularly the cemeteries he enjoyed playing in as a child. I smell a witch. Also incorporated into his artwork are the melancholy moonlit scenes of distant factory smokestacks, insane asylums, and abandoned buildings. Patrick earned his M.A. from SUNY Stony Brook. Still living on Long Island with his wife and 2 children, he currently works as an art teacher and storybook illustrator. Patrick's work has recently evolved from detailed colored pencil and acrylic illustrations into photographic manipulations in combination with digital drawings. His hobbies still include tiptoeing through 18th century New England graveyards as well as exploring abandoned buildings. So I think I'd like this guy. I think we could hang out, you know? So let's take a look at these images. Here's the Fool. First of all, we see very swooping, sharply angular lines, but angular yet fluid. Angular is usually kind of geometric, but we've got these sharp angles, but there's a swoop to it. That's the word I want to use. Dark faces, so everything's got a moon face. So there's the moon part. And talking about factories and things in the background. Well, no factories here. Okay, I thought that was a tail. That's his foot sticking up. And instead of a dog biting, we've got fish. We've got evil fish coming out of the water, snapping at the Fool's heels. What do you know? So he's running through water here. Interesting. The Magician with lots of arms. He's got all of the symbols of the elements in his arms. I like the fact that he's pointing down into the cup. It kind of brings a vibe of the Great Rite, where the blade is brought down into the chalice. we have the High Priestess. So you can see we're sticking with the core of the traditional images. We've got a white moon on one side here, and you see the other side of a dark moon. So there's that kind of black and white side-by-side thing that the High Priestess has going on. Look at the eyes. This is certainly a distinctive look. One eye wide open, the other eye closed. She's got kind of these, it looks like these wings that are riveted, you know. Just an absolutely stunning and really different form of art. Here's the Empress. She have many boobs and chicken feet. And, you know, I mean, it's almost like the images are sort of attractive and repellent at the same time. They certainly confront. I'll put it that way. There's the Emperor with his staff, and he's got kind of a moon hat too, and chicken feet as well. Hierophant. We don't have people kneeling in front of him. He's got kind of those riveted wings going on too, and look at his hands. And the images are just fascinating. The Lovers. I'll start going through a little quicker now. Balance of yin-yang, black-white. Look at the snake biting him in the heel. Ah. There's a saying, and I think it comes from like Southern cultures when they talk about somebody being snake bit. I don't know what it means. So off you go. Go Google that. The Chariot. Oh, look how different this is. It kind of, the image is the chariot, and the charioteer is inside, and it's this giant helmet. Fascinating. Justice. Justice is holding one of those creepy fishes. Justice has keys and 2 swords, and that double-sided face. Okay. We have the Hermit. Very interesting. No, there's not a light holding. There's one of those smokestacks they're talking about. Hermit doesn't look at rest. Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Devil at the top. And the fishes on the sides both pointing up. Usually there's one up and one down. And this person's got a handle on this wheel. This assumingly woman. And then there's this weird other critter. Wow. Strength. So definitely not the standard strength where there's a woman taming a lion by being peaceful. Wow. The Hanged Man. Looking kind of jestery. What's hanging from his heel? There's a clock. There's a watch, a pocket watch hanging from his heel. Death. Wow. Look at this. We got the horse skull. Death is female and pregnant. And is she stomping this one down into the ground? I don't, or there's a child. This is like a child, and then she's pregnant with, did she just give birth to this? I don't know. Let's look that one up. I mean, I want to look up every single one of these, but that would be a forever video. Temperance. The Devil. There's some classic stuff there, huh? The Tower. Look at this beam shooting down. Less of a lightning bolt than just a beam going kabang. And there are the people falling down. The Star. And she got like little snakes coming out of her head. Snake tails. The Moon. And we have puppets here. Look that up too. The Sun, since the deck is named Deviant Moon, I'm going to put some stock in what the Moon card says. There's the Sun card, seemingly people cavorting and having a good time. I mean, they look pleased anyway. The Judgment card. That's pretty standard. Bodies coming up out of the grave. The World. So we have like a lion and I don't know what that is. And then we've got these Monty Python sort of fishes up here. If you've never seen The Meaning of Life, by Monty Python. Oh, please do. It's one for the ages. And then we start with the court cards. So you know where I'm going. Do you tell me why you're doing it this way? I mean, court cards is one thing, but we'll see how they go through the numbers. So there's the King of Swords. There's the Queen. The Knight. And the Page. Now, you know, clearly I'm not like connecting a lot with these images because they're so very strange. And yes, surreal is an appropriate word. But there's so much in them that I think this would be a deck where you certainly could, once you learn the written meanings, attach them to the images. You know, they're juicy. Some decks don't have like the standard things I'm looking for, and they're bland and I can't really hook into anything. But this one is certainly juicy. So there's the Ten of Swords. Again, will he explain to me why he's going backwards through them? I doubt it. Then we have the 9. Okay, that certainly harkens back to the standard. The 8. Oh, look, she's trapped in a tower. The 7. There was no blindfold there. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. 6. I mean, they're just so out there that I can't even. So there's, yeah, kind of like the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Swords. So that 7 was the Thief card with the sword pointing down into his, like being a sword swallower. Very interesting. The 5, victory or defeat. The 4 certainly has some vibes to the standard. 3, 2. There it is. Look at this. It's like fighting against yourself. Internal battle. You know? Amazing stuff. I'll look up that one too. Ace of Swords. Then we have the Suit of Wands. Here we go. King of Wands. Queen. Hoo-wee. Wow. Knight. Wow. And Page. I mean, as a collection of artwork, fabulous. 10. 9. Look at the Plague Mask. Interesting reimagining of that, you know, boundaries and being in a fortress kind of. The 8. Okay, so she's like sweeping here. And there's a crow bringing in a message. Fascinating. 7. 6, the victory card. 5, oh yeah. 4, okay, yes, look at this. Look at the vine twining around their hands. Certainly you get the vibe of a marriage card or a partnership card. 3, 2, look at the 2 wands are a post hole digger. Like putting down, you know, starting to build something. That's awesome. Ace. Oh, she's got a pea pod baby. A creepy pea pod baby. Wow, these things, they're fascinating. They really are fascinating. Okay, King of Cups. And now we have very watery colors. Queen of Cups. Knight. Fishy. Page. Look at the fish scales in the armor. Here's the 10. This is the happy family card. Yes, everyone looks happy. 9. Wish card. Look at that. There's a genie. 8. Yep, that's descriptive. 7. 7 of Cups. Okay, so the imagining of 7 of Cups is shown as an artist. That's pretty cool. He obviously relates to that. 6. Childhood memories. 5. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. 4. Look, I've had it. Wow. 3. Whoopee as they're getting swallowed by this toothy fish. 2. And I like the way the couples are shown as, you know, the black and white and polarities. Ace. Pentacles. King. Boy, he looks foursquare, huh? Substantial. And so does she. Look at the little kids. The Knight is kind of inside that chariot thing again, and the Page. Look at the wrench. There's certainly a lot of imagery to grab hold of here. Look at the Ten of Pentacles, and look at what the table is on. 9, more plague masks. Yes, inside your walled courtyard. 8, apprenticeship, certainly. 7, 6, charity. Look at the hands coming out the back. 5, look at the eye looking out. Wow. 4, yep, nope, all mine. Please, can I have some? I'm a skeleton. No, all mine. 3, I am carving your butt. And that's really interesting. They're all creating each other. 2, hey ya. And 1. Wow. Fabulous deck. Okay, 2 of Swords. Let's look that up real quick. And we started with Swords. And yes, the book does go backwards through things. Of course, it doesn't tell us why. I just don't understand. 2 mighty swordsmen of equal skill have reached a stalemate. They rest a moment before resuming their battle. But they only have 2 legs between them. So, you know, where are your other legs, dude? It looks like 2 halves of the same person. Stalemate, balanced powers, and immovable obstacle rest before action. Could certainly see the stalemate part, certainly see the balanced powers, immovable obstacle. Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's look at Death and the Moon. Death card, 2 corpses, a mother and child, stand on a polluted beach. The child attempts to re-enter the womb of his mother, but is held back. Another will be born soon. With death comes rebirth. Okay. Change, metamorphosis, loss, end of ways. And then we have the Moon card. The deviant moon casts its powerful influence over the city, controlling minds like a puppeteer. Brainwashing, dark influences, trickery, illusion, subconscious control. Wow. I mean, that really goes to the deep dark of the moon, right? Reversed meaning, avoiding reality, strange forces, delusional thoughts, lies, and despair. Oochie. Ouchie, mouchie, zigazouchies, as we used to say. Look at the backs. I realize I kind of forget to show the backs sometimes. Look at all the crescent moons. Lovely. All right, let's give them a shuffle. Since this is a U.S. Games deck and pretty standard, I expect the shuffling to be pleasurable. And I was right to expect that. Ha! So nice. It's a long deck, but it's not hard to manage. Certainly one that would... Oh, I'm sorry, Willendorf. Oh. I knocked her. That's a goddess that my daughter made for me out of Sculpey one year for Christmas. Isn't it amazing? And then, all right. Oh, wait. I invite my allies and ancestors, my guides and guardians in to help with this reading, to come speak through this deck and be a true oracle. And a little bit of fire of Azrael. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael. And as you've been sitting up on the shelf with all my other decks, I hope you have learned a few things from them and picked up their vibe and are ready to start talking to me. So as ever, let's ask, what do we need to do today to go beyond survive and truly thrive? With everything that's going on in our world, with everything that's going on in our individual lives, let's see what advice the deck has to. How do we really get on top of things? And they're telling me to stop. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Hierophant. So I love that we got all three species. We got a court card, we got a minor, and we got a major. So the Page of Pentacles says, I forget that they start with those. The scholarly page reflects upon an old pentacle he has found in a scrap pile. He has built himself with spare parts like these and knows the value of such a remarkable discovery. He has built himself with scrap parts like these, with spare parts. Okay, so this is someone creating themselves, someone learning themselves, learning for themselves, someone really self-initiated, I guess is a word I want to say. The upright meaning young student, eager to learn, inventive mind. Now, in my Hanson Roberts, the Page of Pentacles is always about school. It always is some form of structured learning. It's time to go learn something that somebody teaches you in a structured form beyond just reading a book and self-guided kind of stuff. So what do? We recreate ourselves. We use our inventiveness. We learn new skills of self-care, new skills of meditation, new skills to keep ourselves safe, maybe new skills of cooking so that our diet really is good, new skills of working with money if we've had to massively, restructure our finances. So yeah, what do? We go out and learn and start adding these to ourselves and really bringing new information into the fabric of our lives, into the structure of our lives. All right. 9 of Cups. A young man wonders in amazement at the apparition set loose before him. The genie bestows a wish upon the lad as 9 cups levitate in a ring of mystical energy. Material success, overall well-being, abundant pleasures and choices. Okay. So this is the wish card. When it comes up here, it's asking you to sit and be aware of what you're putting out there. What are you visualizing? Subconsciously, I realized this morning, my niece sent me a couple of texts this morning, and I was still sleeping, and I heard the ding and then a second ding. And when I hear two texts arrive in rapid succession, my disaster head, my anxiety disorder, immediately goes to, oh no, something bad happened. That's just my default, is something bad happened. And then I have to stop and go, that's not not necessarily so. And it wasn't something bad. It was something joyful. So, so look at your default settings here and ask, it's kind of like the things that we visualize are sort of a context that we're creating. And when we create a disastrous context, then we expect to see disaster. And when we create an abundant context, we expect to see abundance, so we're looking for it, and it's much more easily recognized. So this is just saying, be aware of the thoughts you're forming to put out, the things that you're consciously doing, which also means to be aware of what's unconscious, be aware of what's, what kind of plays through your brain on default setting, and to maybe call those into consciousness and say, that's not, I'm not actually putting that out there. I'm not actually, looking for that. What I'm looking for is this. So it says, let's start imagining things turning out the best possible way. Sit down, do a little meditation, and just think, what would be the best possible for me? Possible is a word too. So like, hitting the lottery and everything. Yeah, that's great. But look at, with the wherewithal you have now, what is the best possible outcome for this? And then put that out there as your wish. I'm asking for this, please. Okay, 5 is the Hierophant. The Hierophant prays for the souls of the city. His position wields more than spirituality, for religion holds a man like a doll in a pocket. Wow. Yeah, his position wields more than spirituality. This is the acknowledgement of the church as a system of control. So I really dig that. Divine inspiration, mercy, control over spiritual needs. conformity, control over spiritual needs. I mean, I'm looking at that as just understanding what spiritual needs are so that you can address those. So let's talk about that. What is a spiritual need? We need to feel part of something. Humans need to feel a sense of belonging. We need to see ourselves reflected back to us. We need to feel connected, and being disconnected is symptomatic. And also, my tendency has always been towards isolation. When things get rough, that's my comfort zone from the time I was an infant. And something came across my feed the other day that said, extreme isolationism is trauma-based. And it's true. It's very true. So the healthiest thing is being able to express needs to other human beings and to have an expectation that those needs will be met in some way, or at least we will obtain help in meeting our own needs. So that sense of needing to be connected, but then stopping short of, I'm going to hand over control to an outside force and let them tell me how to live my life. That's the balance point there, is being able to reach out, connect to a community, know that there are people out there that reflect you, that have your back. So we want to be learning some new skills, and part of those new skills is being aware of what we're forming in our minds and doing a practice. I mean, you cannot help the thoughts that pop into your head, folks. So I don't want to lay this heavy lesson on you of don't think negative thoughts because that makes negative things happen. We have no control over the thoughts that play through our minds. They happen. And we can have horrible thoughts sometimes. That's not who you are. That's the games the mind plays. And this is what Buddhist training is all about, is mind training and becoming aware of those thoughts and just not investing in them, letting them go as that's a thought, off you go. I'm going to return to this present moment, So you're not responsible for those thoughts. And you are responsible for choosing to generate positive thoughts consciously. So this can be meditation, this can be affirmations, but the practice of it, not a one-off deal, the practice of it, the daily practice of it, can then install in your mind a more habitual way of thinking positively. It's training. This takes training. And while you can get a recording with guided imagery, that makes it so very easy. You slap on headphones and, kick back and off you go. Let yourself be led. You have to be the initiator of going back to it on a daily basis, of recognizing it's going to take daily practice to become habitual, to shift into unconsciously, I'm thinking positive thoughts. That's the way this works. That's the way this works. So your part is in Hierophant also talks about, just a minute, sorry, bye-bye. Hierophant is also about habits and that kind of structure. What's the word I'm looking for here? Dogma. Okay, the negative side of it is dogma, which is we just do it this way because we do it this way. We don't ask questions. Well, you can get sort of healthily dogmatic about your practice if you just say, this is my daily practice, it's non-negotiable. I don't sit every day and go, gee, do I feel like doing this? Is this something I ought to do today? What do I feel like doing? No, this is a non-negotiable. So that kind of dogma, it's like I don't question it because it's just the way I do things. It's habitual. It's non-negotiable. So that's what the Hierophant is saying here, is making this into a daily practice that you don't question, that you don't make optional. Like getting up to do my prayer work every morning, and my practice is slowly expanding and expanding. And I'm getting to the place now where I used to just kind of sit down, here we go, do my mantras, and now I'm done. Now it's like have some music in the beginning where I'm just sitting and getting my seat, getting my place of my posture and being in this present moment before I start my chant practice. and then moments afterwards where I'm really just in my body and, feeling it go out in waves, because I dedicate it to everyone, to all sentient beings, and I let it go out in waves, and this is my gift to you. You can use this energy that I put out every morning. I don't put it out, I channel it, I move it. So yeah, good deck. Absolutely. Do you have this deck? What do you think of it? Is it one of your faves? I mean, like I said, I kind of had that attraction repellent kind of reaction to it when I first saw it. But I really like it. Really, really like it. The size is kind of like the medieval Scapini. Size doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you that. So anyway, let me know what you think of this deck. Let me know of your experiences with it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? There's a donate button down below. There's also an Amazon wish list. And if you choose to send me a deck off that wish list, you will get a personal reading from me. Yes, you will. It's pretty exciting, huh? I really appreciate your attention. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone that has put their hand up and said, I'm down for what you have to put out there, Luna, and I will keep putting it out. I'm kind of proud of myself that it's been more than a month now that I've been doing daily videos. It has hampered me in some ways because I want to branch out. I've got other ideas that I want to start working on, and these videos take up a big chunk of time, that's for sure. But, everything in its place. One step at a time. I take baby steps, pretty organic in that way. So I hope that you're having a really good day today. And let's see. I hope that you're having a really good equinox. Happy equinox, everybody. Keep things in balance. Take care of yourselves. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Keep yourself safe. Until I see you tomorrow for another unboxing. This is Luna, the Zen Witch. Blessed be.